Hello everybody, welcome back to a tropical update. Today is June 10th, 2024. Today we'll be talking about a possible tropical system in the East Pacific and a possible tropical storm in the Gulf of Mexico. As we go and take a look at the satellite image here, you can see we have two areas of convection that should get highlighted very soon for possible development. This area right here could develop somewhere along this coastline within the next 5 days. And then this area of disorganized showers and thunderstorms eventually moves into the Gulf, organizes into a low, and becomes a massive system in the Gulf. You'll be able to see it on the models here in a second. Let's go take a look at that. As you can see that system right there moving in from the Gulf, moves into the Gulf of Mexico, and then you can see how it becomes a massive system. Very lopsided. Might not even be tropical. The center would be right here. Ignore that. But what this means basically is dry air would most likely be getting sucked in on this side, and there'd probably be wind shear. So it means that if you live on the east side of this storm, expect a ton of rain. And if you live on the west side, expect relatively dry conditions, mainly just wind. Now, this has been all over the place. It's made landfall in southern Florida, and now it's over here. So if you live in this box, just watch out for possible landfall. And then we take a look at that system in the Eastern Pacific. You can see it right there. It would be a very fast spin up. Yeah, you can see it right there. It would probably be like a 1 or 2 day storm. It literally moves like this. It moves inland and dies. And then we take a look at the North Atlantic. We zoom out. Really nothing else besides for... Actually, there's an interesting feature on the east coast of Florida. It looks pretty interesting. Hang on. Blob of convection. There is some rotation in that. You shouldn't have to watch out for that. But Florida... If you live in Florida, you are going to get a lot of rain. Let's go take a look at total accumulation. As you can see, southern Florida, this area, you guys can get like 8 to 12 inches of rain. But you can see what I'm talking about. The center is like right here. And see, if you live in Texas, not that much rain. But if you live in like Louisiana, Alabama, Mississippi, the Panhandle of Florida, it is a massive swath of rain. So flooding is going to be a major concern. Current storms, there's that, which is really nothing at this point. Convection died off last night. Now if we take a look at these sea surface temperatures, if there wasn't wind shear, this system right here would be perfectly fine to strengthen as much as it wanted to. And it's moving somewhere in this circle. And that other system, it has really favorable conditions. It's just that it develops right here, makes landfall, and then dies within like 24 hours. Now, let's go take a look at some other models to see what they want to say. CMC has something spinning up off the east coast of Florida too, but then it has that system coming eventually. But that's pretty interesting right there. This area that is going to bring a lot of rain to Florida. Yeah, we got like 6 inches, 8 inches, probably 12 inches. See, this one has it hitting Texas, which means most of the rain will be over far western Texas. Eastern. Navgem doesn't show, it has something. See, again with that East Coast system. Euro has that East Coast system. I think even a little stronger, actually. Yeah, I think every model has the East Coast system. Yeah, look, there's that East Coast system. It's on every model. I don't know if that's tropical. That looks really weird. Oh, here's to the last run, so we can look out farther. As you can see, after that, there's really nothing. Maybe a little subtropical spin up right there. But other than that, nothing so far. Now, severe weather. Take a look at that really fast. Day 1, tornado risk should be relatively low. Yeah, wind risk also relatively low. Everything is pretty low. Day 2, really nothing to worry about. No tornado risk, a small wind risk, and a small hail risk. Day 3 could get pretty interesting because there is a hatched area for strong thunderstorms. Large hail, gusty winds are expected. And then we have day 4. As you can see in day 4, this time the I don't know what you call this, but if you live in this area, it looks like you guys are going to get some pretty bad severe weather. Michigan, Indianapolis, all getting in on the severe weather. Yeah, National Hurricane Center still hasn't highlighted anything, which is a shocker. And we go ahead and take a look at that invest that we were just talking about in the Western Pacific. As you can see yesterday, it didn't look too bad. You can see rotation. So you can see rotation, and then that convection really exploded. And then another area of rotation formed down here. But instead of staying, the convection left the center of the storm because wind shear. And that convection is now over the Philippines. And then we go ahead and take a look at this system. As you can see, it looks like rotation might be beginning to form somewhere in here. Up here is looking pretty interesting. Convection is really blowing up in the last couple of hours. Precipitation. If you look at precipitation, you can see it moving. And that big low precipitation over Florida, which should help with some of these wildfires. Which these aren't really that bad. They're almost all contained. Well, yeah, that should help with that. And I forgot to make a tropical update, or like this is a tropical update. I forgot to make it basically a National Hurricane Center update. I would highlight the Eastern Pacific storm system and give it a 30% chance of development in the next 48 hours, considering the fact that it has very limited time. Now this one, all models are on board with it. So I don't know if there's anywhere that's circle yet. I'm just gonna highlight the entire Gulf for a 40% chance of development in the next 7 days, but a 0 in the next 48 hours. And you know what? Because I'm actually really interested in this, I will also highlight this area for a 10% chance of development in the next 7 days. Just because we get this cold front that comes down, combines with this other cold front that's down here, and then a low pressure develops, and then that is not an L. A low pressure develops right here with that storm system, and the convection forms on this side of the storm. And it also has 35 mile per hour winds. So this storm system, the strongest it gets up to is like 45. Now this one, it gets anywhere from 40 to 80 mile per hour winds. Which 80 is most likely not going to happen. It's most likely going to be 65. Well, yeah. I hope you all enjoyed this tropical update, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.